we are joined by National Marwa from the High Schools Debate Challenge, and they are doing some initiatives to help combat drug and substance abuse in our high schools and with our children, giving them kind of things to do. National Marwa, good morning to you.
Morning, how are you?
Very well, thank you. Welcome to Morning Rush.
Thank you.
Good to have you. Yeah. Now, we're talking about debates. We're talking about high schools going around the country and stuff. So even with this issue of drug and substance abuse, how are you preparing these students, and how do you pick them, or are they all supposed to partake of this curriculum that you are doing?
Okay, so we realize the fact that most of the people that tackle issues of abuse or drugs, they normally give advices to students without giving them a platform where they can say something about the situations they find themselves in. So we realize the debate and public speaking is one of those platforms where these can then air their views as regards to the issues of drug and why they do that, the effects, and what they think can be done for them to be taken out of those situations. So we pick them from district level. We go to districts, we go to provinces, then we coach students, and we take prospective candidates, then they participate in our programs through their schools. So we always communicate with schools, then they give us some students that they think they have potentials to represent others in that particular school.
And after picking those ones that have potential, how do you now then come and prepare them to maybe go on an international platform with debating about these issues that are really pertinent to our society?
Okay, so we have workshops like nationwide. We have this at provincial level and at national levels. So these workshops, we have experts in issues of drugs, issues of abuse, and also debate coaches. Then after these workshops, we have something like a friendly competition at a national level. Then we can also have a national competition. So it is from these friendly competitions and national competitions that we then choose students that can then proceed to the next level. From the SADC competition, then we proceed to the Pan-African competitions. Because we realize this issue of drugs and rape and abuse is not only a Zimbabwean problem.
Yeah,
it's a continental thing. Yeah.
Issue.
So we take these competitions from Zimbabwe, we go to the SADC. This year it was hosted by Mozambique. Then from the SADC, we go to the Pans that are going to be hosted by Nigeria.
Right. So, I mean, when you come across some of these things, what are some of the major issues that you have encountered in preparing for this, or within the students, or whichever? What are some of the major issues?
Okay, so the issues that we look at is why students then get involved in drugs, how they are exposed to abuse, and then who are the various stakeholders that we need to bring in for us to try and combat these issues. Then those are some of the issues that we normally look at. So before we look at a solution, we need to hear from the students as to who do you think should be blamed or should be a major stakeholder in us trying to fight the issues of drugs or of abuse.
Oh, okay. And you mentioned obviously Kenya, Nigeria, and stuff like that. Now, what are some of the things that the students are going to benefit from going to these countries?
Okay, firstly, it's going to be a cross-cultural, cross-pollination of cultural ideas. So from Southern Africa, we are looking at West Africa and East Africa.
Okay.
So obviously, they're going to come back with rich cultures, rich ideas, and also we also have, it's such a big competition. Most students are also likely going to get scholarship. We remember last year we got two students from Zimbabwe got the Julius Mwalimu Nyerere International Scholarship. That would be good on the academic part. So besides scholarships and cross-cultural pollination of ideas, we also look at their confidence. So it's different from participating at home. Yeah. You get to participate with against different
minds,
accents,
different cultures, and, traditions, and things like that.
So that person is different from the person he was or she was before traveling to Lagos or to Kenya.
Okay. Now, I mean, after SADC competitions and, traveling all that, we still have to come back home.
Yes.
So what are some of the victories that we should probably look forward to when they come back on the Zimbabwean educational front?
Okay, so The mere fact that schools from Zimbabwe qualified for these competitions, it says a lot about our education system as a whole.
Okay.
To say we are a competent country and our education system is a bit competent as compared to other countries that lost during the competition. So when we come back, we have to make a review of what were our strengths and what were our weaknesses.
Right.
So then what's the way forward? In other countries, as we are debating issues that have to do with children's issues, what are they doing in their countries to try and combat these issues? And then in the long run, what should Zimbabwe do to try and make its education system better? And then we map a way forward.
Map away from there, hey?
Yes.
So after these Pan-African debates, what's next?
Normally, students then proceed to Poland in February for the international competitions now, where they share ideas with students from all over the world. Okay. So it's no longer an African thing.
It's now an
international thing, yes.
Okay, and even picking students to go on that international, is it the same students who are participating in the Pan-African ones, or do you choose different students?
Oh, from the Pan-African, we only choose, Africa only gets 4 slots.
Oh, 4
so
slots.
So we choose
Those
4 students,
ones.
yes.
Okay.
From the whole of Africa.
Okay.
So we just pray Zimbabwe can get at least 1 representative.
Yes, no,
yes,
we do actually pray for that and hope for the best. I mean, Zimbabwe does have some well-educated children.
Yes, that's good.
And also they have a lot to say when debating.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us. How can we kind of, as a community, be a part of this initiative?
Okay, people can try and get in touch, especially on awarenesses.
Okay.
We need to be able to educate children on how to respond to issues of abuse, how to probably speak out.
Yeah.
Because the main issue is speaking out. So
yeah.
we can actually get in touch when we organize awareness campaigns or workshops or anything like that. So we can easily get in touch and work something out.
Konapo ipapo ba ZTN Prime, DSTV channel 294, the place to be.